boys. Today is a very marine kind of day. We're gonna talk about Bvlgari Aqva Atlantiqve, the discontinued wonder. But first, I'd like to talk about whale barf. So whales, and specifically sperm whales, which by the way is one of my favorite whale species because they're hilarious, have very strict diets, which mainly consists of squid. And squids are spooky aliens with these sharp ass beaks. So you may be wondering, how does one eat entire squids and not die from a collapsed colon on account of the squid beaks? At least that's a thought that to me seems very natural and not at all contrived. Well, the whales generate some gray greasy stuff in their intestine slash colon that encapsulates the beaks, and sometimes they need to get rid of the accumulated gray squid beak infested gunk. And so they either vomit or poop it out to make room for new gray shit and squid beaks. And once that happens, some happy fishermen will find a large blob of whale muck, cheer, collect it, and sell it to people who somehow put said muck in perfumes that will be superior to all other perfumes due to the whale grease. Now, if you're a scent head, you most likely already know about this. It's called ambergris, and it is probably the best smelling substance on earth. And it's in this perfume. It's also in Cool Water, and it's in a bunch of other perfumes, many of which are discontinued, and I am equally sad about it each time. Almost. Some hurt more than others, but I'm only going to talk about this one today. It has ambergris, which is why I felt the need to acquire some even though it is no longer in production. Now, you may be wondering, but what does ambergris smell like? And I'd love to answer that question, but I can't, guys. I can't explain how it smells. It smells like ambergris. It's one of, if not the best smelling fragrance note in the world. And is ambergris disgusting? Yes. I fully acknowledge this, but I think the way I feel about ambergris is pretty much the same way I feel about bone marrow. With my brain, I realized it's just about the most disgusting thing ever, but I block out this fact so I can enjoy it because it's just that good. And so, needless to say, I was rather intrigued by this fragrance, and yes, it's tiny. Isn't it cute? Look, if you want me to do rare fragrances that are decently sized, you need to start sharing my videos and help me get more views. Just saying, I'm not exactly turning a profit as is. Anyway, here we are. Here are little here, little there. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. So the opening kind of resembles Aqua di Gio, but better because it doesn't mainly just smell like cucumber. No hate to cucumber though, it's my favorite melon for sure. And yes, it's a melon, kind of. And yes, I hate melon. Because I hate fruit. Fruit sucks, except for lemon and lime. But melon is not lemon and lime now, is it? That's right. I like lemon and lime. Melon is fucking gross. Except for cukes. They're great. What the fuck was I talking about? So let's do a breakdown of the notes in this, because my Fragrantica research both made me like this even more and kinda irritated me at the same time. So firstly, I need to attack the water notes. This is just moronic, okay? Water doesn't smell of anything. If it did, we'd all be fine just dabbing some water on our necks and call it a day, so give me a break. And I also always laugh at sea notes. Not because the sea doesn't have a smell, but y'all making crab cadavers and seaweed sound like they're universally neat smelling things just because they come from the sea. Stop it. Be more specific. The next thing that made me scoff, even though it did also make me feel even more exclusive smelling, is the Calabrian bergamot and Sicilian lemon. Look, I love the smell of bergamot. I love the smell of lemon. Lemon is amazing. It tastes good. It smells good. It's yellow. What's not to like, right? And bergamot is the smell of wealth. So both are delightful, but stop pretending like there is a distinct difference between Sicilian lemon and regular Italian lemon or just lemon. It becomes even more ridiculous when you distinguish between Calabrian and Sicilian. Yeah, the lemon notes are def Sicilian, but the bergamot absolutely smells more Calabrian. Oh, shut up! While this is so pretentious and grinds my gears to a wild extent, at the same time, I kind of like knowing that I smell like Calabrian bergamot and Sicilian lemon before the ambergris kicks in. I wonder if it's like specific geographically influenced ambergris. Yes, you can smell that this sperm whale definitely ate the squid in riposto because it's just so distinct. Come on, boys. We're just not that special. Cut the crap. Name dropping different Italian regions is fucking cringe. I don't care for it. We get it. You like Italy and you're unique for having been to Ragusa as the only person in the world. Move on. Sorry about that. I just have very low tolerance for people who do these geography flexes. I mean, I've been to Italy too, but I can't smell the difference between lemons who grew up in separate places. Anyway, it should be clear by now, I absolutely love this perfume, largely because of the ambergris. But I do have one qualm. Together with the ambergris and the unspecified C notes, there's an unwelcome guest, apple. Now, this is where it goes wrong. Not fatally, but quite. Apple has absolutely no business in a marine fragrance. For some reason, citrus fruits do, but apple? No. You needn't fear, though. The apple is not very potent here and is eventually replaced fully with just ambery and woody smell. The ambergris doesn't fade until the last hour or so before you can genuinely no longer smell this at all, which I'd say is around 7 to 8 hours post application. And remember, I didn't have an atomizer on this. This is atypical in my experience with marine fragrances. For some reason, those tend to not really last all that long. Now, what do you all need this information for, though? I don't honestly know because it's been discontinued. But then, okay, let's talk about that real quick. Why do fragrance houses do this? I feel like whenever a fragrance is divine and people really more or less unilaterally agree that it is, that's when the producer of said perfume decides, oh, okay, then let's stop making it. And then they cackle and watch people mark up the last remaining bottles insanely on eBay. Let's see, Bvlgari Aqva Atlantiqve, Gucci by Gucci Pour Homme, Luna Rossa au Sport, Ralph Lauren Big Pony 3, Luna Rossa Extreme. I could go on. Whatever's good will get discontinued, and I cannot for the life of me figure out why. Meanwhile, this crap gets to live on forever. Yeah, I said it. Come at me. Okay, so yeah, I don't really know what else to say. If you're rich, go find this somewhere. It's currently still somewhat accessible, and I promise you it smells good. Thanks for watching. If you liked this and decided to subscribe, I urge you to turn on notifications too, because otherwise, chances are you'll never see me again. And that kind of sucks. Peace out.